Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hello creepy friends, welcome to Slams and Bobs, and it has to be a very quick Hell in a Cell pre-show because people are coming home very soon and they don't know I do this, so we need to act very fast today. It's not going to hopefully be about a 20-minute video. I'm going to try and avoid that as best I can. Hell in a Cell has obviously had like a 5 or 6 week build-up. It's been quite a long while since our last show. Sometimes I forget post-shows or they get lost in the system. I don't know why that is. I think I just end up busy or I'm too dead after the actual show itself, so we don't end up doing it, but we're here today. The pre-show seems to be Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro and Neville versus Rusev, Sheamus and King Barrett. 3 people from my side of the world on here. It's a 6-man tag match. It'll be a good match. I don't know why Dolph is in the pre-show. I want Dolph on the main blooming card. I also don't know how they're going to quite work the fact that Lana and Rusev have got engaged since we last spoke to each other. Suddenly she was supposed to be with Dolph and now she's going to go back to Rusev, and Summer Rae has been given to Tyler Breeze. And I don't know how they're going to explain that. There hasn't been much of a build-up for this other than obviously Neville doesn't like King Barrett, Rusev doesn't like Dolph, and Sheamus and Cesaro don't like each other, so they're the rivalries. It will be a good starter because you've got the likes of Cesaro in there, Dolph and Neville, and they're all really good. Really, Neville certainly. I'm biased to Neville, I'm not biased to Pac, I'm really sorry. Don't mind who wins. Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar in a Hell in a Cell match. If this was not the PG era, this would be a hell of a match. It will be a watered down, unfortunately, Hell in a Cell match, which makes me so sad. But I think they will make the best of it. I know the two of them aren't afraid to face fines and sort of take chances and go against what Vince wants them to do for it to be a successful match. Hopefully Taker won't get a concussion about 5 minutes in like he did at WrestleMania a couple of years ago. I heard apparently Brock is supposed to win. I don't want Brock to win, I want Undertaker to win. I am entirely biased here, but the build-up, despite the fact that neither one of them has really been present at Raws, has been very strong. There's a lot of repetition in terms of promos and different things, which is quite annoying, but on the whole, you are ready for it, you are excited for it, and I don't know whether that's going to be the main event or whether it's going to be the second main event. I can see it being the end show, which if what happens in the title match doesn't happen or does happen, it might overshadow. Or I just want them to tear the hell out of each other. I really do. I want a proper Hell in a Cell match, which I probably won't get. So I'm not holding out 1000% hope that it's going to be wow. I'm just hoping it's palatable at best. I know Nigel McGuinness has had certain things to say about the use of blood in the wrestling industry, and I do to a point agree with him, but I think a match like this needs, I've said it before with Hell in a Cell matches, all out war, blood, guts, gore. Hell in a Cell matches aren't about the best technical wrestling match, they're about just war, just pure hatred, and this is the final step in the road, so I just want them to tear the hell out of each other. Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt in a Hell in a Cell match. I'm not holding out much hope for this in a Hell in a Cell match. This pay-per-view annoys me as a whole because Hell in a Cell should not be a pay-per-view. It's not the right thing for a pay-per-view. You can't just limit Hell in a Cell to one point in the year. It needs to be, you know, if a rivalry was gone and gone through all the stages it can, this is the last step. This is the last place that these people go. And although they've had a good rivalry, bearing in mind obviously you've got the Shield days included, I don't think this is necessary. I don't think either of them are particularly ready for a Hell in a Cell, just my call there. I would say I'm not fussed who wins, but I actually kind of do want Bray Wyatt to win, because I think if he does win, something creepy cool could happen at the end, but it's going to be essentially a match in a cell. It's not going to be a Hell in a Cell match, which annoys me. Seth Rollins versus Kane. Now, if the Demon Kane loses, Corporate Kane will be fired. I love Demon Kane. You have no idea the marking out I did when Demon Kane came back, and what I've done ever since. Now, this has been unpopular with some fans, the Jekyll and Hyde type Kane gimmick. I have loved it. What are all you people thinking? I love it. I think it's amazing. Do you realise that I timed it, 2 minutes 41, Glenn Jacobs has to run outside in a full suit and put on the wig, the makeup, and run back out again? Do you realise how cool that is? Do you realise how quickly that's done and how much quick change that involves? It's incredible. It's a really cool little thing that's been done, and I love it. Sometimes the wig is a bit skew-if at the back. I think I need Kane to win. This is what I was saying from the pre-show. Can I see Sheamus coming in and suddenly just cashing in? Yeah, I can see that. I really can. And then I think they're just going to relegate Kane to having a big old rivalry with Seth Rollins and done. Unless Kane loses and attacks The Undertaker and sets up for WrestleMania. I'd be fine with that. That would be cool with me. As you know, if this is Undertaker's last match, I want it to be with Kane. I've said this for years and years. I want his last match to be with Kane. End of. Nada. I wonder what kind of match they're going to have. I think Kane is putting all into this, and he said before, Glenn Jacobs, that if he has one last run as Masked Kane, that will be his last run in the company. And I know he's doing all these other outside ventures now. The man's put enough in the business that if he retired, I would cry, but I would be fine with it. And they're never going to find another one like him or Undertaker. They just don't have the capacity to do gimmicks like that anymore, which is such a shame. Stardust is the only gimmick we've had in recent years that's been any good and has actually sort of encouraged fans, which is amazing. Charlotte versus Nikki Bella. We're not even going to discuss this, Charlotte. Take Nikki Bella away. You are entitled to like the Bellas, but you should know, if you have been a long-standing watcher of this channel, Nixie don't like the Bellas, because they're not wrestlers. They models, and they terrible, and Nixie get angry with them because they try to talk and they can't. I thought Paige was going to be in this. I reckon there's just going to be a load of outside involvement. It ends in a DQ. I just need the Bellas to go away and not come back. Where's Sasha Banks in all this, you know? She had that epic match with Bayley, but she's not in the title frame. Why? We need her. There's also been talk, if anyone is actually ever able to find me across different Facebook pages that I comment on, and you may do one day, you may actually see me on there. I have been commenting regularly about how I feel, and I will not ever stifle my opinions. That's one thing you won't see. If I've got an opinion on something, especially if it's wrestling related, I as a fan have a right to say that. And there was certain talks in the last couple of days about Eva Marie, and apparently she's back at the Performance Centre, and I know Vince is sitting there saying, I want her to be the next big diva. Now, I'm going to say it again. Why would you want someone like that as the head of the Divas when she's got no passion for the industry? This is just money and fame for her. And why would you as the fans want to see that? You think it's hot? It's not hot. Bayley and Sasha, look at that match. Look how astounding that match was. And you're telling me you wouldn't rather they put the money that they put into eBay into two more Sasha and Baileys and stick them out in a ring and know they're going to be awesome? Why would you want that? Eva Marie can't even hold a match. Why would you want to waste time on that? There is room in the company for a redhead, but it's not Eva Marie. There's a lady called Kaylee Ray who, funnily enough, was on NXT a few weeks ago and should be there. I love Kaylee Ray. I get to see her at Southside. Ha! Yes. The New Day versus the Dudley Boys in a tag team championship match. Someone needs to go for a table, boys. I want to see the Dudleys win, purely for the 90s kid in me and the Attitude Era kid. I don't know what's happened with the New Day recently. They just suddenly were, New Day sucks, and now everybody likes them. It's one of them things that's just caught on, but they're great at it, and I enjoy them when they go out. They're fantastically annoying. Kevin Owens versus Ryback for the Intercontinental title. I'm not the greatest fan of Ryback. I think the two of them have done well in the recent weeks of building up. I want to see Kevin Owens doing more as IC champion. I don't feel he's doing enough. He's not doing enough defences for my liking. And the thing with Kevin Owens, he does back out, but we know he's going to fight and we know he's going to be awesome. And I love watching the guy. I never got a chance to see him when he was in Indies. I was never quite there when he was there, which is disappointing. I would love to see him on the Brit scene. John Cena versus To Be Determined. Oh, well, apparently this is going to be John's last night in the company till December. Yay! Sorry, it's lovely to get a break from each superstar every now and then. I've always said that. You guys know, if you've been here for a while, I don't like John Cena. I never wish injury on anybody, but in a way, when they do go, it gives other people a chance. So obviously Cena's going to be dropping the belt this night. Who to yet? We don't know. I'm going to throw it out there and maybe Rob Van Dam, but I don't know at all. I've literally got no idea who this could be. It's probably going to be a real big shock. What about Sting? Sting could hold it. There's a good one. And didn't the US title come from WCW anyway? That is our whole 8-match card, and we even have a pre-show on there, so I would assume that is the solid finished card. I just want to survive the pay-per-view. I had a terrible night's sleep the night before, so if I just get through most of it, I'll be a happy girl. And I will be back for the post-show the next day. Sometimes it doesn't go out as early as I'd like. It depends on how quickly I can get it, film it, edit it, and put it out to you. Thank you for being here and watching the pre-show. As always, if you would like to join the BWR family, we will be in the chat room of our radio page. I will put the link down here. And I'm just going to reiterate, we do not show the video, we only chat. If you'd like to join us, I would love to talk to anyone. There's always a group of maybe 4 or 5 of us. It's a nice, quiet little chat. We just get on, and then they laugh at me when I fall asleep. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, do. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I'd love to have more friends. I lost a friend during the week, I'm not sure why. And I will see you again for another video during the post-show, anything, or I might even tweet during the show. Bye, everyone.